In this video, I'm going to talk about the runner twin flame. And I'm not talking about the divine masculine. I'm talking about the runner within all of us. I'm talking about the avoidance within both dismissive and fearful avoidance. And I'm going to shed some light on all these insecure attachment styles so you can see and empathize with your own attachment style and everyone else's. So we'll start with the anxious attached, which makes it interesting because there's so much content out there, but we'll give it a different perspective. Now, the anxious, they say, chases love, but that's the outcome of what the anxious does. In reality, the reason why they chase love is because they are avoiding to lose love in the first place. And by avoiding to lose love, they're not growing. Actually, by avoiding to lose love from the outer world, they're also avoiding growth. For the avoidance, for both dismissive avoidance and fearful avoidance, what they're doing is it's not that they're not allowing love in. They're not allowing pain in. And by not allowing pain in, they're also not allowing to grow. And so we're talking about the process, not the outcome. So for both avoidance and anxious, when we're talking about them chasing love or avoiding love, we're talking about their outcome, not about why they're doing it, not about their process. So then we cannot empathize for these attachment styles. So now that we have understood how all three attachment styles are actually stunting their growth because they're making what they're doing wrong, so both the anxious are making chasing love wrong and the avoidance are making pushing love out wrong. What they're doing, basically, if they're making it wrong, they're continuing to do it. They're stuck in their own loop. When we focus on why they're doing it, we could empathize with ourselves and others, and therefore shift this dynamic. So if we're now understanding that all these attachment styles are avoiding their growth and how they can do, or what they can do to reverse this, which we're going to talk about now there is a way out of this never-ending loop. Now we're going to get to how to heal it, but just to add something to this is that anxious are named chasers on the twin flame journey and avoidance are called runners on the twin flame journey. And if we see now how we're all avoiding our own worst case scenarios, then we will actually be able to heal through this a lot faster. And so let's talk about how we heal it. So for the chaser or anxiously attached wound, the person that is actually chasing love would need to actually feel through the absence of it, the loss of love, and microdosing it to remember that it's safe to be love, to remember that we are self-sourced. Love is not on our outer world, but that's the outcome through the healing journey. And for the avoidance, once they allow to let pain in, the runners, right? They allow to bring pain in and microdosing by creating that safety within their body. That's when they remember that they could actually grow through this process and it's safe to let love in. But that's the outcome. To let love in is the outcome of their healing process. They need to first allow pain in. And the anxious need to allow to experience pain by the loss of what is they're wanting. The avoidance need to experience pain by being safe within their body, by allowing the outer world to come in. So these anxiously attached need to allow the outer world to leave. These avoidance need to allow the outer world to come in, both creating pain on both attachment styles and spectrums, actually all three, because the fearful avoidance are right in the middle with a double wound. So once the anxiously attached allow the outer world to leave, that creates pain. The avoidance allow the outer world to come in, which creates pain, and they grow through their pain. Their outcome is actually to be love and to experience it on the outer world. This is actually creating inner and outer union. This is what we name twin flames. The reason why we call it twin flames is because we wanted a different approach, a more separate approach from talking about wounds and attachment styles, because we're always wanting to make whatever everybody else does different. And we're actually all talking about the same things, but just in different. We're approaching the same thing in a different way. So about twin flames, it's actually the healed version of, a person who hasn't healed their parents within them and they're actually repeating toxic patterns. we don't have to distinguish them and make them so different from a very healthy relationship, right? So that's what it basically is. A healthy relationship, when a person has actually healed their attachment styles and they're actually choosing growth over anything else, and therefore choosing growth with another person.